Keith Haring est cet artiste culte des années 80, fou de dessin, qui avait fait de la ligne dynamique, spontanée, immédiatement reconnaissable et inimitable sa marque de fabrique. Artiste engagé, pour la cause gay, auprès des enfants malades, contre le racisme ou la drogue qui ravageait New York, il peignait tout le temps, partout, vraiment partout. Et si son œuvre la plus personnelle avait été peinte dans des toilettes ? Depuis près de 40 ans, Robert Woodworth est un témoin privilégié et un membre actif du centre LGBT de New York, où Keith Haring a peint une œuvre en 1989. Cette année-là, en hommage au 20e anniversaire des émeutes de Stonewall, événement considéré comme le point de départ du mouvement pour la libération des gays et des droits LGBT aux États-Unis, 50 artistes investissent le bâtiment du centre. Haring, lui, recouvre les 4 murs des toilettes hommes.
He asked our president, who came around and said, "Okay, how's it going?" And he said, "What are the rules? Like, is there anything I'm not supposed to do?" And they said, "No, it's your work. You do what you think is important for you to do." He comes out of a tradition of art in public places that's basically transgressive in a certain way. Like you're going into a place which isn't supposed to have it and you do it, like his subway graffiti and so forth.
Au début des années 80, marqué par la scène graffiti, Keith Haring se met à dessiner de manière frénétique dans le métro new-yorkais.
He stalks the New York City subways, waiting for his chance to strike. When the opportunity comes, he moves fast. He has to.
Avec un bout de craie, il exploite les panneaux publicitaires laissés vides et devient rapidement un phénomène. Pas de dessin préparatoire, pas de croquis, il peint inspiré par le moment. Une spontanéité et une rapidité d'exécution qu'il met en œuvre pour sa fresque des toilettes.
And we have to remember he did it in a day.
En un jour.
Did it in a day. When he kind of runs out of an idea, and so you watch the line, and then it sort of stops and peters, and then he goes on to something else and tries something else.
En l'occurrence ici, des sexes, et encore des sexes.
And so he produced what's arguably the most erotic of all his public works.
Avec cette ligne et ses symboles, Keith Haring a inventé son propre langage, qui donne des images directes et efficaces.
People have tried to reproduce the line, but they can't do it. He trained himself. Practice all the time.
À partir du milieu des années 80, il se sert de ses œuvres pour porter différents discours politiques. Des murs de New York à Berlin, aux toilettes du centre communautaire.
In that era, we were in the early stages of the AIDS epidemic, and the history of this building and the history of the mural are all tied up in that story of the AIDS epidemic. He approached it in a very interesting kind of way. He did some things that he didn't normally do. One of the things is he put a title on it, and he called it Once Upon a Time, and dated it. And I think it's one of the most profound things about the piece, is that he's doing this in 1989. Less than a year later, he's dead from complications of AIDS. He's already sick at the time he does it. And he's reflecting back on what the sexual liberation part of the movement was pre-AIDS. And so he's saying, I'm here now, and I'm telling you to look back at this, and I'm talking to you in the future about what this time was like.
Même malade, Keith Haring cherche à promouvoir le sexe de manière joyeuse. Pas question de le diaboliser.
American society is basically very confused about sexuality altogether. And so when sex rears its ugly head, people don't know how to respond. So when you're talking about a disease that is sexually transmitted and is affecting thousands of people and people are getting sick and dying, there's a whole lot of problems that people have with how to deal with it, which is why Reagan never said the word. It was all about blaming the victims. You know, there were people who were proposing putting gay men in detention camps.
Pour la communauté artistique et gay de New York qui est décimée, la question de savoir comment vivre la libération sexuelle se pose.
I have a friend who was celibate for 10 years because he's afraid of getting ill. But in that process, people were trying to say, how can you be responsible sexually while not denying your sexual life? And so Keith contributed images to that. I think he even did condom wrappers, anything to help people stay safe while still maintaining a healthy sex life.